Good morning. I'm Dr. Jung. I admitted you yesterday.
I'm not mad, you know.
Let me explain what I have in mind. I propose that we meet here, most days, to talk for an hour or two.
Talk?
Yes, just talk.
Hey everybody, my name is Nick the Rat, and I'd like to invite you in to a little old podcast called Nick the Rat Radio. Actually, I don't even know if that's the fucking name of the podcast. I shouldn't be cursing so fast, but let's redo that whole take there. Hi everybody, welcome to the sewers of Brooklyn, New York. Actually, we are currently inside of one of the grates. I'm camping out right now. I wanted to get a good look at the stars. And it's not too cold out in New York right now, so we're going to be celebrating episode, what is this, 218? Holy crap, it's 218. If I was taking shrooms right now, the radio show might sound just like this. February 2019th, 2019, and it's February. It's too... Okay, look, I'm not on shrooms, but I am going to be drinking this beer here. And sometimes it's good to go outside and just look up at the sky. It really makes you feel grounded. But hold on one second. Let me hit the cough button in the grass over here. Sometimes you really need to be grounded because it could feel like the world is coming in on you. And then you feel like you're the only thing that matters. But then you need to look up into the skies and see that there's a lot of stuff out there and you really don't matter. But then you might get sad because you don't matter. And then you have to realize that you do matter because you have a lot of influence over the stuff around you. Cyborg Dave in the chat has a point. It is like life bukkake, indeed. It's constantly coming, and you don't know which direction it's coming in. But you know it's going to hit you in the face. We're going to be discussing many aspects of life tonight, but mainly just like one or two that I have planned because you can't talk about everything in one night. That's like going to Disney World and expecting to do shrooms on every ride in the park in one night. It's going to take a couple of nights to shroom there and have sex with Minnie Mouse. And you know, Minnie Mouse would probably not turn me down because a lady's intuition is very, very strong. It's a very thick thing. It's a female's intuition's kind of like mayonnaise, like good mayo, nice thick, fatty mayo. I've always heard this. A Dame B, have you heard about a woman's intuitions?
You know, if it weren't for the fact that the last time I checked I am female, no, of course not.
Women don't have good intuitions?
Well, the only main intuition we have is we know how to use a map when we're driving.
Huh. All right, it's a map while you're driving. That's that's a little bit different than intuition, but you know, I guess well, I always thought that women had really, really good intuitions, but we're gonna be speaking about intuition tonight because we're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff that, you know, philosophical and scientifical things. And is intuition real? I guess is the topic for tonight. So if you would like to give me a call at 917-719-5925, 23, or send an email to nick@nicktherat.com. You could tell me what you think about intuition right now, and at some point during the show, I'll read it. Is that right? I have to read this shit? Hold on one second. I have to check my contract over here. Yeah, it looks like I have to read it. All right, well, since we're going to be outside talking about stuff that I was told to talk about by the scientist in the sewer who kicked me out because I couldn't pay the rent, no, I mean, we're having a lovely night looking at the stars. You always have to make things for the best. There's always a good side to stuff, too. Sometimes you might have a nice, beautiful sewer to live in. And then sometimes you might have to go camping because scientists want money. Let's relax a little bit. Let's relax a little bit, everybody. It's been a great week so far. I'd hate to say it was rough or hard or any of those things that turned me on. So let's just try to relax here. And a good way to do that is to listen to relaxation music by Relaxation Parkinson's 2012. Let's relax.
Fuck that shit!
Whoa, 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 everybody! That was really relaxing. That was premeditation, relaxation. Oh boy, I'm relaxed right about now, baby. Oh boy. So let's. I was laughing my ass off at the chat room. Somebody was like, "Is the part of the title of that thing is pre-exercise?" And somebody, I think it was Carol from Hog Story said that it was pre. She's always pre-exercising, aren't we all? We're all pre-everything. I'm. Whoa. Even like what was that thing called when you have sex and then you have it too fast? We're all pre orgasm right now. We're pre pew pew.
Pre-ejaculation?
Oh yeah, pre-ejaculated. We're all ejaculating right now. We're all, unless you are ejaculating right now, but that's up to you. That's your own business. We're talking about other stuff on tonight's episode. We're not talking about yeah. We're talking about intuition. So the best way to usually talk about a word is to Google it and get that right there out of the box and just to talk about that right there. Right? Hold on one second. I have to read this important email that just came through. Very important email. I got to reply to this. It's from the president. Not Trump. It's from the next president. The the winner. It's actually a libertarian. It's a president from the future, from 2024. It's a libertarian, and he's sending me a message, and I got to reply to it right now. Hold on. This is really important. Dear, you guys say the president's daughter's been kidnapped. Go back in time. It'll be safe. Hold on. One more second here. Okay, this is very important. Okay. I'll save your daughter. As long as you hook me up with some mushrooms, future president. We're talking about intuition. So let's just read it's a noun. It's a noun. I always thought it was a verb. Like you're intuiting. Wait, that would be intuiting, not intuition. I guess is a noun. The ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. You just know it. Yeah, Intuit. That reminds me of that stupid goddamn program. Is that like a fucking man? I'm cursing a lot tonight. I think it's all this beer. Intuition. Is it real? Before I did this episode of Nick the Rat Radio, before I read that definition, I just considered intuition to be real. I guess but that's like saying, is a flashback real? It starts to break down the world into a weird place, because you can keep taking words and thinking about if they make any sense at all. And usually in the end, most words don't make too much sense, but they do describe something that happens. And I guess if this didn't happen, there'd be no reason to describe it. And like this wasn't in some sci-fi book, intuition. Who are words real? Very important. Who created intuition? I don't know if there's who created intuition, or how do you even search for like first use time of the word intuition? Created intuition. Intuition sounds like kids before they go to college. That'd be pre-tuition.
Cheaper.
Cheaper. Intuition. Let's see. Intuition is the ability to acquire knowledge without recourse to conscious reasoning. The word intuition comes from the Latin verb. Oh man, the Latins. The Latins came up with most of these words that we're using today. It's almost like we're a Latin society. Or something. Tunnel Rat's on top of it. Tunnel Rat's like, oh man, you drinking that Coors? I'm like, yeah. Oh, Socrates called it Damon. I can imagine Socrates. Yeah, but then, like a couple of weeks ago, I was talking about that dude Socrates, and he might have just been a made-up thing from that dog on the Disney Channel or something. To consider. It translates to be consider. Well, yeah, I guess, once you do consider something, you do select it, and selecting is an act of changing the future. Like if I had a jar of mayo or a jar of pickles in front of me, and I chose the jar of mayo, that would mean in the future I would have mayo, which is a lot more useful in the future than pickles. So my intuition, my choice, my reasoning to consider the mayo jar would be kind of like fortuitous to a beneficial future for me. And the person that gets the pickle jar is fucked, so I don't know who gets that shit, but I don't know what I'm saying. I'm saying a lot of words that probably don't make sense. I probably need to level this out a little bit. Let's play a little bit let's see if Zindu is alive. Zindu, did he send anything this week? Can I even get Zindu outside? Oh fuck. Hold on, I have to charge this thing up. Okay, it's on. I got a little pocket computer thing with me. It should be able to play this here. Let's computer, no.
Hey everybody, hey, whoa, what's going on with my voice? Hold on one second here. Let me hit these knobs and do these things over here. Where's this knob? That's one knob. Where's the other knob? Fucking shit. Hold on. There we go. Fucking hit that there. Fine. Yeah, we'll just keep the same take. Don't worry about it. Keep rolling, you stupid scientists. This is Zindu, reporting to you for the Dark Sewer News Network. We have real important news for you this week. If you're a fucking scientist that cares about the Earth, I guess. I don't know. This next piece of news is going to be very controversial. So if you can't handle controversy, I want you to take your diapers and go to the fucking bathroom and cry into a towel and then set it on fire and jump out a window. Just because this is the news doesn't mean I can't give opinions on it. This is not really even an opinion. But when there's a pile of shit in the middle of the room, what does it attract? It might attract Nick. I don't fucking know, but it doesn't attract me. It attracts flies. So if you throw a giant load of shit in the middle of the room, there'll be flies there. And guess what? Those flies are going to start to breed and protect the shit and make the shit their own and build little houses in the shit. And basically that shit is now their life. So Jeff Bezos has taken $10 billion, is that it? Is that the number? $10 billion to fight climate change. He's going to be giving it to no private sectors. But if you have, maybe I can get in on this. Maybe I could say, climate change, there's fucking garbage that's making methane in the middle of the street. I'll just collect bags of garbage. This might actually work. This is my dream. I always wanted to be a public garbage collector and get paid. $10 billion it's a lot of fucking money. There's going to be scientists ripping each other's eyes out, writing articles about how fucked we are on the planet and how they're going to save us by telling us how fucked we are just to get a piece of this $10 billion. I'm telling you, I don't know if Jeff Bezos is going to save the planet or to destroy it and make it overrun by a whole bunch of climate change freaked out nerds. I don't know what's going to happen, but you know what? Hey, try to get some yourself. Just come up with some crazy idea. Jeff Bezos will pay you. $10 billion will last a while. It's going to take at least a couple of years for enough crazy fucking flies to eat that shit. So, there you go. If you want to join the public garbage collecting because of extra methane in the air fucking foundation, just take a picture of yourself with bags of garbage. I don't care where you get them from personally, and then send Jeff Bezos. He'll send you cash. All right, it might be a little bit more difficult than that, but Come on, guys. We can figure it out. This has been Zindu coming at you from the Dark Sewer News Network. We'll be back a little bit later with more news. I gotta collect some garbage bags over here.
That's a lot of money, Jeff. Jeez, $10 billion he's giving it away. Is over what kind of? Yeah, Sindhu, give me a call later. We $10 billion. That's got my tail frazzledy dazzledy. Hey, tunnel rat. Yeah, Zindu's a little upset when you don't pay a guy money and you give him peanuts. Yeah. Wow. 10 bill. The house that Bezos built. Jeff Bezos is trying to be the new. He's like Jesus or something. He turned cardboard. He turned books into saving the planet. Who knows? Let's listen to a song over here. Just Please Let Me Breathe by Nate Sassoon. The fuck's going on? That was very wubbity wub wub and the wub wub. That was a cool song right there. That was what did I share? The Please Let Me Breathe by Nate Sassoon. All the music you could find on the SoundCloud /like/Nick the Rat. That's where I play 99% of the music that you're listening to. There's my likes. You could go to Nick the Rat /like/something. I don't know. It's on my website. It's fucking everywhere. Just Nick the Rat. Look for the words. Just it's so weird how society is breaking down to terms and hashtag word, and the easiest way to find things is usually the easiest way to find things. I guess natural evolution is bringing us to where we should be, like where we are right now, I guess. Otherwise, it wouldn't be very natural if we were something that we weren't, but we are. So it is. We should probably listen to a voicemail. Just hashtag voicemail. That's usually how you find stuff, right? Oh, look at that work, too. Look at that. No, I don't want voicemail. I just want voice. But I want the voicemail, though. See, I guess that didn't work out. You know, sometimes you got to shorten words even more than what they are. We got voicemails on hashtag voicemail. We'll be opening the phone line soon, so you could give a call down to the sewers. Maybe we should open up the phone lines now. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just open the phone lines now. If you want to give a call and talk about intuition with Nick the Rat, you could give a call now and hang out with me live as I sit on the lawn because the scientists don't want me back in the sewer because I couldn't pay him this month. It's a lovely night, though. You got to take the bad with the good, and there you got the facts of being a podcaster. So we're going to go over here. I got to go here. All right, so here's a voicemail. 917-719-5923 is the no, there we go.
Hi.
Hi.
I wanted to share something. I hope it has some value for you. Do you? I feel so compelled to share it, and I'm terrified at the same time of your response, of your supporters, the ones you listen to. But I have to do this.
Go
I
for
have
it.
to.
Do it. Well, actually, you already did it.
I
So
don't care.
let's go.
It's worth whatever the fallout is.
Hell yeah.
I'm one of two siblings, and I was my parents' firstborn child. And the violence and abuse from them and other family members was merciless and relentless. The cruelty was incredible. And I feel compelled to share that it never broke my spirit enough to stop being compassionate, empathetic,
Keep it alive.
and kind-hearted in nature. Even when I have violent, retaliatory thoughts, they never go any farther than that.
And they're hard to break, too.
And I feel like that's part of my, I don't know, karmic contract or whatever, what I'm supposed to go through to learn how important kindness, love, and compassion is, no matter what, no matter what. And that you can't let them turn you into a monster. You can't let evil and abuse and cruelty change you into something you're not meant to be.
Or neglect. There's more things, too.
And I connect to that in you. And several others that support this show. You exude that, you know? There's a warmth and acceptance. I really appreciate it. But I felt like I should share this with you. And I hope that you appreciate.
What happened to the call? Caller.
I think the 3 minutes were up.
Damn. Well, that was a damn fine voicemail. I'm thankful that you left it. The conditioning happens, and it's very hard. It's very hard to break conditioning, and there's so much goddamn conditioning that exists, and it's most of it sucks. But there's a little bit of good conditioning out there. A little bit of good conditioning, but it's very hard to. Yeah, it's rough. It would be nice if we could all not experience shit condition, but there's it's hard, but there's things in life that do matter. Well, rock on, just keep on trucking, and thanks for the call. Well, damn. Let's talk about intuition. It's crazy
Dad,
stuff. Whoa.
you took that right out of my mouth with the damn.
That's what I try to do sometimes. Where's... There we go. Okay. Hey. Okay, we're back and we're ready to do some more Nick the Rat Radio. The phone line's open. We got we're talking about intuition tonight. We already discussed what it was. If you missed that, you're gonna have to listen to the show again. Sorry. But then you start to get, well, if intuition is real, because it's like, it is, then I was like, is it like instinct? Is intuition and instinct the same thing? But they are not. They are not the same thing. Instinct is, it's built in. It's built into you. And intuition, it's kind of like having like another, like having the sixth sense or something. And you're looking around. It's kind of like a spidey sense. It tingles, and if you have a really good intuition, it usually tingles more than other people's. But I'm sure there's. Why aren't there more words for people that have? I guess there are words for people that have extra tingly sensations than other people. Like if you're a really good reader. You're a bookworm. I guess there's just like names for people that are elite at actions. And I guess intuition might be somebody that is really good at instincts. No, it's not even instincts. It's like a combination of stuff. There's a lot of things that go into the intuition. It could be like if you're really good at betting, are you is your intuition good? Or if you're good at like parkour, is that good intuition? Like you know where the wall is so you don't hit it? I don't know. These are all this is what keeps me up at night. Do you know what used to keep me up during the day?
What?
Arcades. I used to go have I used to go, grab a whole bunch of quarters and head out to the arcade. It was so weird. Like, I think the most quarters I ever had at the arcade was like $5 worth, which is like nothing. That's like, each quarter you could burn through in about 5 minutes. So, let's see, 5 minutes, it's 4. It's 5, 10, 15, 20. Actually, $5 is for 5 minutes, and you're there. I guess it was like a couple hours. I was like 2 hours. It's not so bad. But let's listen to Songberry, Arcade Days. The stars are out tonight.
You're building a rat ship here.
Pick up the phone, rat. Pick up. Pick up. Pick up. Pick up the phone, rat.
Nine, 1, 7, 7, 1, 9, 5, 9, 2, 3.
Fuck that shit!
That was Arcade Days. That was fucking groovy. By Songberry. Songberry. Wait, I usually post this into the chat. I got like a video thing going too. So basically, there's you could check out all the different streams over at nicktherat.com is the main hub. There's I have video on Twitch, and YouTube comes after. Twitch is live though. If you want to watch this show happening live in the Under the Stars, go there. Or you could tune into No Agenda, the No Agenda show on the No Agenda stream. That they usually play my show after their show on Thursday. At some point, I'm on the rotation in there. Or you could just, go completely crazy and go to nicktheratradio.com and just listen to that 24/7. I hear it helps people while they're sleeping. It's a known fact that if you play Nick the Rat Radio as you're in bed laying down and you're just taking things in, you're going to have audio hallucinations. Such audio hallucinations include losing hearing inside of your right ear, and which is fine sometimes because you know it's just a hallucination, and all hallucinations end at points. But if you only have it in your left ear, and then you need to even it out. Otherwise, you're just gonna hate. You're gonna hate the show if you. Oh my God! Oh fuck! All right. Well, yeah. There's. You don't want things going around like that. That hurts. We got a email too. You could email me at nick@nicktherat, and if you do that, you could listen to the thing. Or no, I could read stuff under. Usually, Gas Blast is the best way to find it, but otherwise, I'll find it. Oh boy, this is a long one, but I feel compelled to read it. This is the first time I'm seeing this. It's a cold read. Okay, here we go. I really shouldn't be reading this. I have no idea what it says, but let's find out. What the fuck did you just fucking say about me, you little bitch? I'll have you know, is this like another... Why are you having me read such mean stuff? I'll have you know, I graduated top of my class in the Navy SEALs. Can you imagine me in the Navy SEALs? I don't know if the person that wrote this is if I should be saying this, like if I was saying this or if they were saying it. Okay, let me just say it if I was saying it. Because if I was man, what the fuck did you just say about me? You little bitch. I'll have you know I graduated top of my screen went off of my class in the goddamn in the Navy Rats. And I've been involved in numerous secret raids on Al Qaeda. And I've had over 333 confirmed kills. I don't take pride in killing people, but I do when they're bad. I'm trained in rat warfare, and I'm the top. Oh my God, that word is too dirty to say that. In the entire U.S. Armed Forces, I use my hands too, not just my arms. You're nothing. You're nothing to me, but just another goddamn target. I'll wipe you out. Foul language. And what is this, man? Why did you send this to me? I don't know why I'm reading all this. This is all about me just smack talking somebody. You know what? We need to listen to Zindu here. I need to clean my palate of all that hateful talk with the news. Use a Jesse Ventura voice.
Welcome to Going Green News Networks with Zindu. I want some of that 10 billion, so why not just start talking about how fucking green I am, and I want some of that 10 billion pesos. Give it to me. Okay, well, we're going to be doing some more reporting on some green tech right here. We're going right to fizz.org. They're talking about new green technology generates electricity out of fucking thin air. Fat air, you could go home. This shit's called AirGen. AirGen. They use nanowires that are 10 microns thick, and they fucking slap it on some other shit, and it absorbs water vapor from the air and creates an electrical charge. Looking at the rest of this article on psi.org, they don't fucking tell you how much energy it makes. It says, they just say, hey, we could probably fucking charge little microelectronics. All right, let's go to another news site here. We got Science Alert. ScienceAlert.com has a little bit more information. But actually, they destroy it too. They destroy the information with the information. So let's go straight to the information that I wanted. How much of a charge would it be? AirGen produces a sustained voltage of around 0.5 volts with a current density of about 17 microamperes per square centimeter. That's not going to even charge my fucking belly button vibrator that I got. Look. This thing it's a first step. It's a first step. So you know what, Jeff Bezos, give them some money. They could probably make this bigger. They could probably make it bigger. Wait, what is this quote? Let's look at this quote. This is what I love about fucking scientists, because science is going to save the planet. The team that built this says the charge is likely created by moisture gradients that creates a diffusion of protons in the nanowire material. They don't even fucking know how it works. It might be the devil. Oh my God, Jeff Bezos is funding demonology. Okay, what? This is Zindu. I'll be back later. I'm going to get some of that 10 billion, I'm telling you. I'm going to get it. This is Zindu reporting to you for the Dark Sewer News Network. Bye.
Zindu, if you get some of that 10 billion, can you give it to me so I don't have to sleep outside under the stars? It's lovely stars, but... Oh, look, there's the Big Dipper. And, I don't know what that one is. That's like the long dog. Yeah, we're looking at some, I must be doing shrooms because the sky is going by real fast. Usually it's
I can't tell if that's a crab or a Pegasus.
It could be Pegasus, yeah. That might be Pegasus. I need to get my star chart out. Hold on, let me, you dip him. The Big Dipper doesn't have a top on it. It's weird. It's a little strange. Let me go over here and squimbly boop bop boo. Where are we? Bam. Dame B, can you speak, please?
Of course I can. What would you like me to say besides the fact that I think with you being outside, you need a microscope. Not a microscope, a telescope. Oh my.
I have binoculars. Okay, you want to know something that crazy happened? Okay, I really shouldn't be talking about this. But this happened. I saw what I believe to be a UFO, but it wasn't. It was definitely like a star or a planet or something. But it was wobbling and so much in the sky, and I thought I was not as intoxicated as I am right now. But that thing was zooming around the sky, and I have pretty good binoculars, and I had it in focus, and then it didn't move that much, but I know it was moving.
Wait, what color was it again?
It was like a white dot. It looked like a star, but it looked like it was moving though. Like I could have sworn I had it in my focus and it was moving at least like an inch in my view. So it was in the same patch of sky, but it was obviously not a UFO because it would move a lot more than just that. But I thought it was a UFO for a good 10 minutes because I kept like staring at it.
Could it have been the International Space Station, maybe?
I don't know. It might have been actually because if it's closer by, won't it like be more wobbly or?
Actually, I've watched it go across the sky once. That thing is quick.
Well, yeah, it would be. Yeah, how long was it in the sky for? Like a 5 seconds, 10 seconds, or
I think it took less than 2 minutes for it to go all the way across the sky and then disappear.
so like 120 seconds. I was pretty close by.
You were close.
At least I didn't say a couple hours.
Hey, I've got a question for you if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay, what would you call it if you're about to step out the door and you look over and you see something that you normally don't keep with you when you go to work, but you just decide to grab it for whatever reason, and then later on you find out you actually need it? Is that intuition, or what would that be, in your opinion?
That would be weird. I've never left to go to work and took more stuff than needed. I've left stuff. I've had lack of intuition. Like I've forgotten things. Now is forgetting things lack of intuition? Or is that just forgetting? Is there a reverse version of intuition? Like intuition is so if you take something unknowingly that you wound up needing, if it's unknowingly happening, is that intuition? Or do you have to know it's happening?
I don't know, because I have a battery that I can charge USB or my phone off of. And I usually leave it at the house. And I just grabbed it, and no reason, just walking out the door. And sure enough, I got to work and my phone was almost dead. So it was kind of a bonus.
That is I don't is that for people are saying foresight, lack of foresight, tunnel rat,
Memory lapse?
memory. What is okay? Do you know why? Okay, I could tell you why I'm even doing this entire episode right now while I'm outside staring at the sky, but I should probably keep it a secret. It has to do with yeah. You know, I gotta loosen up a little bit more. I gotta maybe listen to another song, and then maybe that'll I'll explain why we're having this conversation about intuition. But I just want you to before we talk about it, you gotta listen to this. This is gonna open your mind up. I need your mind to be loose before I tell you what's going what it be, and before you know what it be, your thoughts need to they're gonna be pouring out of your face every is pour and porous and pour is that why it's called pour? Ew. So when you say like pour me a cup of lemonade, are you talking about like things being porous? Ugh. Porous is a gross word. I think porous is more gross than the word moist.
I don't know. I think moist is rather worse, in my opinion.
Really? You think
A lot
moist is worse than porous? Ugh.
Yeah. Well, growing up, I used to think moist was a type of cake, and nowadays, ew. Ew.
Moist cake. That's crazy thoughts. David W. Goldschmidt. And here we go, everybody. I'll be right back. Moisten up, lube up your brain. We'll be right back.
Okay. Chat room. Is this Plinky or what?
Toxic Sickness Radio.
And there's Nick.
Hey, what's going?
Welcome
Whoa,
back.
shit, fucking, whoa, fucking, moist. Hi.
We totally lost you. We got to hear a lot of Plinky sounds. It was cute, sort of.
Thoughts?
We were thinking and doing it in a nice, lovely repost.
My foot's itchy.
Scratch it.
I am. Hold on one second. Oh, fuck. All right. Okay. Whew. Okay. Hi, everybody. We're talking about intuition tonight. Is intuition seeing the future? Is it seeing the future? Oh wait, the phone line is not. The phone line is open. If you want to give a call at 917-719-5923. I'll chat you up. You can talk to me. I'll talk to you. It could be an interesting conversation about the word intuition or just life in general. If you want to talk to me about it's the stock market or anything. You know what's strange? It's strange that a lot of people, if you give your opinion about something, it locks them up or makes them mad at you, and I could, people just get mad at stuff, but you shouldn't get mad by words. I don't think. It looks like I got a phone call coming in. At least I have some weird inkling or an intuitious feeling that I am. Hello.
I could feel it in my boner.
Whoa.
Really?
I think I just called myself. Just called all over myself. That was weird. Let's listen to a voicemail. 917-719-5923.
No. You want me to do it, okay? You want me to do it, okay?
Was that real? I don't know. Was that a kid or was that a computer?
I think it sounded like a kid.
Or computer generated thing. So you can't tell anymore. You don't know what's real or wrong anymore. That's why I like the whole that's why you don't know what's the creepy list. Yeah, it's pretty creepy. Hold on.
What if intuition is a possibility?
Oh, so intuition's kind of like your brain on a quantum level, if you believe quantum is what it is. How ballsy are we to label actions that are kind of magical? It's weird.
That's what tarot cards are for.
Do you have a deck of Romulan tarot cards?
No, I have a deck of smartass rebel cards.
Caller?
No, I have a deck of smartass rebel cards.
Oh crap! Is the caller? Are you on the phone? I'm sorry if there's a calling issue. I don't know.
I think I'm on the phone.
Whoa! Okay. Oh.
Am I on the phone?
It's working now. Do you hear me?
Okay. Oh, good. I can hear you. You can hear me?
Is this a Verizon commercial?
Can you hear me now?
I hear you. Do you hear me?
I can.
Do you hear Dame B? Dame B, do you hear caller?
Are you caller? Hi.
Hi. That's Dame B.
So apparently, yes, we can't hear
understand she's in
ourselves.
your head, but I can also hear her. I'm sorry. I interrupt everybody all the time. I'm sorry.
You interrupt
Go on.
people? Like when...
I do. I do that all the
What's
time.
the most embarrassing interruption you've ever made?
All of them. It's all of them.
Oh man, I wanted a story like, well, one time there was this guy his house was on fire, and he was putting it out, but he was like, he sleeps naked, and he was putting out the house on fire, and his dog was caught on fire too, so he dumped a bucket of water on the dog, and then he grabbed the dog and he ran out of the house, and then you bumped into him before he got to the firefighters, and you interrupted the saving of his house because the fire, and you were there, and you interrupted a guy that was like smoking on fire naked with a wet dog. And
You know, that would if that did happen, that would be the worst one of all of them.
that's a pretty good one, actually. I could think of
Yeah.
So, caller.
Yeah.
Do you ever go camping?
I have been camping. Have you been camping?
I might be camping now, possibly. Did you ever feel that you knew how to survive in the wilderness while you were camping? Did you feel like you knew what you were doing out there?
Your brain transforms to another level where you have to survive outside. And then that's why you usually camp like for but maximum, like, you know, I mean, you could maximize whenever, but I started at like 4 days of camping, or I guess 4 nights, or 3 nights maybe. Yeah. And then at that point your mind is, you're surviving outside.
What do you think? Maybe mental. What the hell is that? Do you think maybe mental evolution is intuition? Do you think when you intuit things, do you think when you see the future, is that like an evolution of the brain, of existence for you, or is that all just phooey?
You connect with your surroundings, you connect with the people around you and the people that care about you and love you.
So, is intuition connections in the new connections in reality, or like in the? Do you think when you meet somebody in real life, it opens up new connections in the brain too? Like when you see things, maybe the seeing of the
I think
things
so.
makes more things happen, and it's just the more things that happen cause more things to happen.
New things equal more things, and it just multiplies
Exponentially.
It doesn't divide, it doesn't subtract, it just adds and multiplies.
We've been
just the straight sausages.
We're Caller is blasting sausages in the background. We can't listen to that. Did you hear that?
Actually,
yeah.
I think she was more talking about her massive stripper kitties.
We should probably. Okay, look, we're gonna play some advertisements, and then we're gonna talk about people that helped sponsor tonight's show. We got a phone call. Caller, hi.
Hi. Figured I'd put my 2 cents in on the intuition thing.
I'll take more than 2 cents if you want.
All right. That's even better. Hold on, I can hear myself, and it's like throwing me off. I'm gonna walk over here.
Caller, turn your radio down. Caller, just turn your radio down. Just listen to me on the phone, okay? It's a private conversation between you and me right now. It's not. Turn off the Twitch or the radio or whatever you're doing, and tell me about intuition.
Yes, you have like shit tons of intuition. Like, check this out. So I'll be driving down the road, and I got a bit of a lead foot. And so I'm like, I think I'll just slow down. And sure enough, a cop will pass by, which is really, really awesome because nobody likes getting pulled over or searched or like any of those things. So like I feel like my intuition has helped me out a lot.
So you have law intuition. Have you ever felt the law coming after you in other ways?
Kind of.
Or just
it's been a while.
Cops on the highway.
But no, or also, okay, has this ever happened to you? Like, say you just meet somebody and you're like, man, I do not like this motherfucker at all. And then you feel guilty, like, I shouldn't be judging this person. But then it turns out they really, really suck anyways, and you're right. That happens all the time, too.
Is that called stereo? Is that like stereotyping? And then you feel like you're doing something wrong? Like, it's like, this person's a jerk. I could see it in his face, but then it's like, I shouldn't judge a book by the cover. But then you should have because they were a jerk.
Yes, because I knew all along. I just wanted to roll with it.
It's hard not to judge. Is judging evolution? Is that like part of the brain? It's like, poison ivy. 3 leaves, leave it be, or some shit. I don't know. I'm camping out here. Have you ever camped?
I have. It's. I don't really get poison oak, so and basically whenever I do camp, I just kind of wander about, and I'm just very, very lucky that nothing bad has happened. So yeah. So
maybe it's your intuition. Do you think intuition do you have to know it's happening, or do you think it? Because maybe your intuition saved you from poison oak.
Well, that could be. It's like more tuned than I thought. It could be.
And you just recognize the cop thing because cops are easier to spot than a 3-leafed plant on the floor in a bunch of other plants.
Especially if it's dark.
Imagine if poison oak had a siren on it. It was like, woo, woo, woo. Oh, yeah, that's poison oak right there. Thank God that.
If you're ever out and about and all of a sudden you smell cucumber, back up, because that's a cottonmouth snake, and it means it's pissed off. That's happened to me also. That's not the intuition, but I just figured I'd throw that out there in case you didn't know.
I hope I wouldn't bump into that motherfucker when I'm thirsty, because cucumber makes me like water in my mouth. Well, hold it, caller. I gotta go, caller. Bye. Gee, thanks for the call. Let's listen to Zindu. We have to talk to him, maybe. Put cucumbers all over my face.
Hey, everybody, Zindu here. Fuck, I don't know. I'm just pissed off right now. I don't know what I'm mad at, but I'm mad at something. It might be science. Maybe I'm mad at science. Zindu's anti-science. Tell your fucking partners. Tell your loved ones. All right, health is science, right? We're gonna look at this article. This is not about energy or being green. I don't think. Maybe it is. Who fucking knows? CNN Health. Struggling to quit sugar? You might not be sleeping enough. Okay, now I skipped around this fucking article, and they're saying that people are eating like crap because they're not sleeping well. Well, I don't know. Usually when I eat like crap, I usually don't sleep well. It's not that I don't eat well because I slept like crap. It's kind of like a chicken and the egg bullshit. And I can't believe this is actually like, there's scientists doing this stuff. There's money being given around and research at Columbia University, and it's at a medical center, and there's 500 people, and they're like, oh my God, these people, they slept like crap and they ate like crap. I guess they're eating like crap because they're sleeping like crap. Well, no. No, I'm sure there's a lot of other fucking things going on in their lives why they're eating and sleeping like crap. I don't know how they have the gall to just put these things together and say, we have a study. Okay, how about this study right here? Here, give me some money. I'm a fucking scientist. Study shows that men ejaculate the more they touch their penises. So if men that ejaculate more, they ejaculate because their penises are being touched too much or something. So if you want to stop the I'm working on the analogy here. I'm not great with analogies, okay? I never said this is Zindu's analogy hour. But look, if there's two things that could be influenced, okay, ejaculation and touching yourself is probably a one-to-one thing. That would actually be a really good study. Let's see, ejaculation and rolling poorly in your D&D game. Okay, it turns out that men that roll poorly in their D&D game ejaculate more. So if you want to roll better in D&D, you got to stop fucking jerking off. I guess that I could make a fucking study thing out of this. Then they go into a whole thing about how you're supposed to sleep and like, oh, the sleep, it's like, you know, how to get better sleep. There's a whole thing at the bottom of this article about how to get better sleep, and it says, you know, fucking, you know, you gotta. It doesn't fucking tell you anything. It's just a garbage article, and there's people making money, and I'm here fucking eating peanuts out of a rat's asshole. I love working for the Dark Sewer News Network. This is Zindu. I love Nick the Rat. I think that he's a great guy, and I hope he doesn't fire me tonight. Anyway, this is Zindu. I'll be back later with more news that affects me and affects you.
I don't really know how that news affected me. It's kind of weird. I kind of blacked out while he was talking. Welcome back. Welcome back. Nick the Rat. We're having a good time. Hit rewind. Hi, so we're back to Nick the Rat. That was just Zindu giving you the news. I have to thank people. I think we're at the thanking phase of the show. Let me just check really. Sometimes you have to do math. Yeah, I should thank people. Let's see who has graciously donated to the show. I guess I do Twitch says yays on whatever's, but the main source of donations is probably through PayPal. If you go to nicktherat.com, you could click donate. And you could subscribe for $4.20 a month. Or you could just send me any amount at all. I take 50 cents. I'll take pesos. Pretty much anything. Let's see what has been donated recently. I guess I should search for that there. I am pretty drunk right now, so it's hard to read. Let's see. The last show I did was on the 9th. That was last week. Last week was the 12th, so that's before the 12th. That was that one I already. Okay, that was I'm gonna read the note. If you send a note attached to it, I'll read it. And otherwise, I'm just gonna say the amount. I might fabricate the number a little bit. You'll be able to tell when it's really real or really, really real. And I'll say your initials unless you put your name in the note first. I think I'm going to learn my lesson tonight. Let's see what we do here. We got a 400 and Twizzy from... See the customer name? I wish I could talk about... You know what? I'll talk about something after we come back. Thank you. We have a $402,000 million from LB. Thank you. We have a 420 trillion from a JA. That's a little bit better than the other donation, but thank you. We have PayPal taxing me a third of my money for the government so they could buy a couch. We have another. Wait. What's a trillion? Because somebody just gave me 420 of those. OB. Do you? Oh, whew. Okay. So those are the donations tonight for this episode, I guess, or something. But and trillions of dollars works, but when you deal with scientists, they want more factual stuff. So we have to run advertisements down the sewer to make up for the lack of do I really have to run the ads? They kicked me out. Okay, yeah, I see him. He's got the sniper rifle. Fine, I'll fucking play the ad here. Okay, run the ad.
Look outside your window. Looks nice, don't it? Well, guess what? Soon it'll be raining fire and shitting lightning. The end is coming. How do I know? Because I have eyes and a brain. I know when the shit's hitting the fan. I used to be worried about the end coming as well, but then my teacher, James Bond, showed me the light. And under the light was a book. And that book was Bible spells. I no longer have the fear in me. I can take on whatever the devil throws at me now. I'll give you a free one. It goes like this. I am a polymer of organic compound isoprene, and you are an adhesive. Whatever evil you try to put on me is repelled and will affect you. See how easy that was? You can buy an entire book of Bible spells from the Dark Sewer Network today for only $69.99. Give us a call now at 917-719-5923. Get your Bible spells today.
Friends, we all live in the sewer. In the shit. Shovel your way out of the shit. With this shovel. This is your shiny sewer shovel. 2 pipes thick, guaranteed. Shovel your way out of the shit and into the truth. Dig yourself out of the shit. $69.99. That's right. $69.99 plus shipping. Except no substitutes. Get yours now.
I don't know, after all those fucking commercials, I could listen to music right about now. Thank God for music, especially music really is a universal language between people. Language itself is pretty. There's like different languages, and ways to communicate, and sometimes you just don't know what people are saying, and sometimes and that could cause a lot of issues. But usually, music is it's universal. It's kind of like a weird mind warp by we got warped by a hydrant.
gets inspired once in a while. It's very fun.
And when Nick is firing on all cylinders, he's really
He's pretty hard to beat.
I mean, we're kind of grooming him to take over the show, aren't we?
Can you imagine?
Yeah, I can actually.
That he does his show up, man.
Spook. Spook. Spooky.
That, my friend, is a great question.
Nick's a rat!
Where am I? Hey, whoa, is this Nick the Rat Radio? Wow. Hey, everybody. Whoa, we're back to welcome back to reality. We still have a lot of show to go. It's only 12:30 at night. In above the sewers. I'm not in the sewers tonight, everybody. I got kicked out by the scientist. I couldn't afford the rent, but it looks like I've gotten enough donations. I'm probably gonna be able to get back into the sewers later. This advertisement's brought to you by, this segment, really? They want me to say this? I have to say that? Okay. The dark sewer scientists are my gods. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't exist. I mean nothing without them. They are my gods. They are the dark sewer scientists. They are the most... I'm not going to say that. I'm not. They are the most adorable gods that ever existed. Your god is inferior to them. They are adorable.
What are they, hamsters?
You're gonna get me kicked out. They experiment on hamsters, but they're now after I said that, I could probably say whatever I want. No, they're actually, Bob, he's pretty cute. I think he is a hamster. Oh, we're talking about intuition tonight on Nick the Rat Radio. And if you had good intuition, you'd probably have tuned out by now, but you didn't. So your intuition is bad. You probably need to go to an intuition doctor. Now, I've heard that you could get intuition rubbed into you using special salts and oils. It's true. It's true. First, they magnetize the salt by using it's a combination of rare earth magnets and robots. But the combination is out of this world, and it will. You can rub it all over your skin. It's kind of what is that called? Exfoliate. It exfoliates. The salt doesn't totally dissolve because the ions. It's ionized salt, still slightly radioactive, and you don't want to the oil that we use in the sewer. You don't want to know about, but you could buy a bottle tonight for $69.99. Dark sewer salted olive oil. We only have 3 bottles left. Where 917-719-5923. I should open up the phone lines. I had it off this whole time, but now the phone line's back open. You could call in or leave a voicemail.
Aji, thank you. Everything is Rodrigo Lighthouse paid. I don't write to you. Yes, I smile at you. No, anyone to tell Chavo and Paco, well, so he won't work or not, dude. So if you say there's nothing, okay, well, okay, yes, you're fine. Well, now look at me, cell phones.
So how many accounts does Bushi Banton have? Does anybody know? Is Bushi
8,000?
8,000? Is Bushi Banton a farm bot himself? Is he real?
Actually, Bushi Bonton has 8,632 accounts, and yes, he is real.
He's got a lot of
promise,
accounts.
I've talked with him.
I was looking at my Discord channel. I use there's a Discord channel. I usually don't discuss too much of the technology on the show, but I think the Discord channel's got. I think half of the people on it is Bushi Banton. Is that how you say his name, Bushi Banton? What does that even? Does that mean something?
Well, it means something to him, or else he wouldn't have picked it. However, when I first met him, the first time I've ever seen that name, and yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Bushi, if you're listening, what does your name mean, please?
Bushi Banton. Well, I guess we could look up Bushi. Let's see, Bushi. What is? It's Japanese folk music. Or a wrestler. I wasn't laughing at the Japanese folk music. I just binged Bushi. And next to the Japanese folk music was Tetsuya Bushi, who's a Japanese professional wrestler, and he's ready to fuck shit up. And I'm reading it's Japanese folk music, and then I'm looking at Tetsuya Bushi, and it's we're talking about intuition.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I got my intuition. I got good into my intuition. Can you rate intuition? Is there a intuition rating app?
Good question. Let me check.
Do you know what makes me sick? Apps. Apps make me sick.
Why is that?
Are apps open source? Are there any open source apps? How many apps are open source?
Well, I don't have the answer to that. However, there is an IQ intuition on the apps. And intuition trainer apps.
I think there's less open source apps than there are open source software on Windows or Linux, but maybe Mac. I just think fucking apps are spy devices. They're building intuition for the AI. Oh, okay. You know what? Fuck it. I was gonna talk about what made me talk about intuition. I think John Carmack was talking to somebody, Elon Musk, about AI or something. I should find this tweet. You know what? I'm gonna play some Zindu.
Hey everybody, this is Zindu here, and I've been seeing this article pop up a lot lately. Oh boy, maybe it's just the alcohol that's making me mad. Okay, this is another anti-science article. I guess it's science. I don't really fucking know where you would put this one, but this is on The Guardian. I've seen it on other things as well. I think I've seen it on at least 4 or 5 websites. It's all about why the hunt for alien life is pointless.
What?
You know what? They got a point with this. Why do they have a point with this? Because by the time, okay, look, if we're using Earth technology, it takes a light year to go nowhere to get maybe something that won't even be able to communicate back with you. And by the time they do, it's going to be way in the future and it won't even matter. So how about you guys just slow your roll and wait till you have something that can actually communicate with aliens, like subspace signaling. Maybe I'll give that to you one day, but I'm not going to do it yet. I could probably make a lot of money off of that. What the fuck am I doing here?
Subspace?
I could be selling my subspace system on my spaceship that crashed a little while ago. Okay, look. Also,
oh my God!
If you're like, oh well, whatever, you might not find aliens, but we might find a meteor that's going to hit the Earth. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter because you're not going to be able to stop that meteor from hitting the Earth anyway because you don't have the technology for it. So how about you let technology push the boundary and not try to push the boundary before you have the technology? I know, yes, they go hand in hand. Sometimes you don't get the tech if you're not trying to do the thing, but if you're doing the thing and it's just wasting time and money, then it doesn't matter anyway. The tech is going to change that thing. It's not going to be that thing that's going to change the tech. If somebody's fucking making tech, then they're going to fucking do that. And you go, okay, look. The hunt for alien life is fucking pointless. If you want to shoot some radars into the space to gather data and do some science and shit, fine, be my guest. But if you're actually looking for aliens, you're looking in the wrong place, buddy. You might want to actually you close your eyes and do some meditation. There's actually a little crystal inside your head. Oh, wait, I shouldn't really tell you about that.
A what? A crystal?
To the subspace channels. This is Indu. I'll be back later with more news. Somebody delete this. Where's the delete button? Fuck.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
Guess who showed up?
I see him. Bushi is in the chat. Bushi. enters the fight. Hi, Bushi. How many? Are you real? Are you a person? Are you an AI? Are you an entity? Oh my god. Maybe Bushi is intuition incarnate. Incarnate? In something? In real?
No, that was right.
Sweet. Hold on one second. I'm so confused right now. I forget what I was looking for, but I know what I was looking for, but I don't know where I put it, and I'm trying to find it. And I think it's because I'm seeing a release date for Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord. Holy shit. Early access for, wait, 31/03/20. Is that January, February, March 31st? Early access for Mountain Blade 2? Mountain. Let's listen to a voicemail. 917-779-5923.
Message. This previous message has been brought to you by Cat. Cat, for all your furry needs. Have a nice day.
Cat? Oh, wait, I'm looking in the wrong place. Oh, gee, there's... The internet is so distracting. I guess just information is just distracting. It's, I'm totally just looking at the internet now. I'm looking at Michael Bloomberg doing Under the Sea. Why am I... What am I looking at here? What? Okay, I'm very confused right now.
So are we.
Did you ever notice, like, the first choice is the best choice? I don't know if that's if that happens with people, but it happens with me usually. It's like the first thing that pops to mind is usually that could also be the worst choice too.
No, actually, I know what you're talking about, and half the time for me it's valid, and the first choice is the right choice, but then I start second guessing myself, and that's what screws everything over.
This is true, but I've definitely sent out or said or reacted or replied too soon. I definitely sometimes it is good to not reply too quickly unless you trust yourself completely. But if you trust yourself enough, you could work something in a expedient amount of time. Yes. Wow, I'm drunk. This is some good Coors Banquet here.
I'll stick with my drink.
Yeah. Are you drinking that nut juice still?
Oh no, I gave up on the nut juice. I swapped over to a pineapple upside down cake.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, you take a little bit of lime juice, toss in a bunch of pineapple juice, and then add enough brown sugar bourbon to flavor or to your taste.
That does sound good.
It's pineapples, just like your shirt.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I gotta listen. I gotta listen to somebody talk for a little bit. If you want to give a call while this is on, you could. I will keep the phone lines open. I'm going to play a audio clip and a video clip too. I'm going to try to do this. This is a first on tonight. Fuck, I don't know. It's going to be a long episode, I think. Might be. I should look at the time in a little bit. But either way, here we go. We're going to listen to a little clip here. It's I haven't listened to it before. We're playing it on the cuff. It's Terrence McKinnon talking about Carl Jung. Jung. I think Carl, Mr. Jung, had a lot to say about intuition, but
I wasn't kidding about what an honor I think it is to address the Jung Society. At one point in my life, my greatest desire was to become a Jungian analyst. And I had the good fortune of coming upon Jung very young. I was about 15 when a very precocious friend of mine brought Psychology and Alchemy in the Carrie F. Baines translation. I think it had just been brought out. And
Jung?
We were stunned, and we read it from cover to cover, and then went on to Mysterium Conjunctionis, Ion, the studies in the phenomenology of the self. I said to someone yesterday, we read all the books of Jung that the Jungians never read. They seem to stop up there toward the front of the line with the archetypes of the collective unconscious and the personality type. But to my mind, it was the late stuff that was fascinating. And I am slightly puzzled, and we were talking about it last night, at the distance between the Jungian community and the psychedelic community, because they seem to me, the unschooled observer, to be definitely sharing the same concerns, and strangely enough, they share much of the same history and geography. Basel was, of course, Jung's hometown. It was Albert Hoffman's hometown. Did one half of town know what the other half was doing? I'm not sure. The relationship of Jung to the unconscious, to the collective unconscious as its discoverer, has been always somewhat puzzling to me because, of course, if you know the history of 20th century art, you know that Dada, which was the great prefigurative movement for surrealism, rose in Zurich. So, you know, we've got LSD, the schools of modern art that laid great stress on the irrational, and the great schools of psychology that extended the boundaries of the unconscious, all rattling around in these little Swiss towns. And it's interesting to imagine conversations or...
I think they gave out LSD at the place he's given this talk to. I have no idea what he said so far. Maybe I'm just a little too drunk to be keeping up with him, but let's try playback speed 2.
Meetings that might have taken place when people slightly left their ordinary habits and wandered into bars they didn't know and drank with people they'd never met before. Because Jung provided maps of the unconscious, and at 16, when we were beginning to experiment with this, and let me stress, this was before the great social waves of LSD taking of the 1960s, just preceding that, from about 1963 to 65, we were frantic for maps of the unconscious, and Freud was useless. I mean, the notion that the contents of the psychedelic experience could be reduced to what Freud called day residues and repressed sexual design stuff didn't wash. Within 10 minutes, you could tell that was not a serviceable metaphor. Jung, on the other hand, offered a vast pantheon of gods and archetypes and psychic complexes forgotten or abandoned. I mean, I thought of Jung basically as what I call a noetic archaeologist, someone who goes with toothbrush and nutpick to dig away the detritus from the bones of vanished idea systems. And if any of you have ever read the works of Jung in the Bollingen set, you know that the richness of it is all in the footnotes. I mean, here was a man who raised the footnote to a high art and who was aware of a literature that nobody else, to my mind, seemed to know about. That Jung's references reach 1,000 years deep into the past with great density of reference. I mean, this is where I learned about Macrobius and Dositheus and Dionysius, the pseudo-Areopagus, and all those folks that you just never hear about. It was my introduction to the underbelly of Western civilization was through Jung. Well, To my mind, and now I'll theme this in to today's theme, I think Maria mentioned that Jung did not have a lot to say about shamanism. He came to it late in his life, and he had already worked through the exegesis of the symbol systems of the European mind. And so
What?
I got a lot of LSD out of that. Or maybe a want or need of LSD.
Like, I love Terrence McKenna, but what he just...
Is that like the male version of a resting bitch face?
No. Man, I would have loved to hung out with him and let him just talk to me about this shit and interact with him, but
No,
how did he just go from
regards
young
the-
to fucking whatever? Like, this sentence right here, like...
have a lot to say about shamanism. He came to it late in his life, and he had already worked through the
Why would he talk about shamanism? I don't know. Maybe I don't know much about Jung. Maybe Jung. But anyway, if you want to listen to that, it's Terrence McKenna. Love listening to everything he has to say. He's fun to listen to. But this. Whoa, hi, we're back. It's nice to go camping, hanging out under the stars. Couple of stars of it. Let's listen to a song right now. We're gonna listen to a song of storms. You know, nothing is quite as relaxing as a storm. I love it when it's porous out. Makes you moist. Disgusting Rojo. Song of Storms.
917-719-5923. Now that's a phone number that works for me. Thank you, Nick the Rat. I love you, bud. Have a good night. Bye. In the sewer.
Good morning, Nicholas. It's your cousin Joe. I miss you. I got some business in Brooklyn. Wink, wink. Brooklyn business. Anyway, you remember that oven mitt your mother had that's made of silicone? Yeah. And we used to jerk each other off with it 'cause no touchy, no homo. Well, I was using one Saturdays 'cause I miss you. And got me to thinking, what if I wipe my ass with this and wash it off and put it back on the counter like we used to do to your mother? And no one the wiser. I want to use your sewer network marketing to advertise a multi-use murder mitt. We'll be rich, Nicholas. I love you, cousin.
I really need to start screening my voicemails. That was
disturbing.
Now I know why people say they have weird dream. I am like anti ASMR. You don't want to listen to me to relax. You want to listen to me to have a free trip. I think. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe he was on acid or something.
Possibly. We have a lot more show to go, everybody. Welcome back to Nick the Rat Radio. It is currently 1 in the morning, so now it is midnight in the sewer in the Central America. Who's an hour away from East Coast? East is
Ohio.
Ohio, welcome to Midnight in the Sewer. If you're tuned in to Nick the Rat Radio right now, it's midnight in your sewers, just like it is over here. Actually, it's no longer midnight over here. It is currently 1 o'clock in the sewer. But we're not going to stop yet because my intuition is telling me that we must continue. Is intuition kind of like the thing that makes you get that murder the person for the Klondike bar?
Oh, no. That's just the classic question of what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Yeah, but what would you do? Does intuition help you plan your attack to stick your knife into the person's jugular to loosen his grip on the Klondike bar?
I would think that would be more along the lines of premeditated murder.
Oh, Judge, it was just intuition. Like evolution. And all that was meant to happen. This is very eye-opening.
Oh, Judge, sorry, don't mind me. I had this thought, and my thought was if I didn't kill him, he was going to kill me and take my Klondike bar. It was just a feeling I had.
Oh, for a Klondike bar. Man. It's
So-
you could So, yeah.
Question. Would intuition be able to tell you how many licks it takes to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop?
Intuition might make you take the next lick. Because intuition is a known outcome, but the more you go for it, the more probability is that you're going to get it. So I'm sure you could work on your intuition by taking chances. Don't listen to this show. Do not start taking chances because you want to start to build your intuition up. But it might work.
Six of one, half dozen of the other. It's always a possibility.
Would you like to listen to a voicemail or a Zindu?
Can we have Zindu first and then a voicemail?
Oh man, I think we could do that.
Oh, thank you.
All right, let's try this
Love
out.
it.
Let's go.
Do it.
Let's go, Zindu. Where's the button? I can't find it. We already did 4. We're up to 5. Did we do 4? Oh, man, this would have been a perfect segue, but I fucked it up because. And I think we heard this one. If it's not, I'll switch it quick. I think I'll remember.
Hey everybody, this is Zindu here, and I've been seeing this article pop up a lot, lady. Oh boy, maybe it's just the alcohol that's making me mad. Okay, this is another anti-science article.
We heard this one. We heard this.
I think so.
Yeah. All right. So dump that. I gotta keep like a maybe like a checklist. Like we heard Zindu 1, 2, 3. Zindu 4, 5. He labels them fine. I'm just fucking drunk. Here. Keep on trucking.
Everybody, this is Zindu coming to you. I thought I'd lighten it up a little bit here.
Hold on,
Let's
I
go
gotta
do
pause that. That sounded almost exactly the same as the last intro. But then he spazzed it. What did Zindu? What's wrong with you? Okay, I'll shut up now. I never interrupted Zindu before. This is horrible. I can't. He's gonna fucking kill me.
Everybody, this is Zindu coming to you. I thought I'd lighten it up a little bit here. Let's go do a article over here. What is this? What is this fucking website? I don't even know where I'm getting this news from. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. What the hell's going on? What's going on with the newsreader? The newsreader's broken. Could you kick it? This is fucking. I can't work here. This is from Yahoo Lifestyles. Oh boy, maybe that's why it was broken. Burger King customer hospitalized after eating chicken fries.
What?
And now she's complaining that they're not taking it seriously. All right, well, let's look at this here article. Let's dig into it a little bit. In October 2019, this Pennsylvania woman went to Burger King. She ordered chicken fries. She sat down. She ate the chicken fries. She ate them. But when she bit into one of them, she felt pain and was immediately bleeding from her mouth. But, that didn't stop her. She just kept fucking eating. I don't understand. This article makes no sense to me, and this is probably why nobody's taking it seriously, lady. If you bite into something, hell, I bite into something and I feel a different texture in my mouth. I spit that shit out and I fucking shit all over the walls at the restaurant and complain. So then she left the restaurant after she finished her delicious chicken fries and she was bleeding from her mouth. And then she went to the hospital and they pulled out of her. I don't even know how they fucking pulled out of her, but it was $30,000 in medical bills. They pulled out it looked like a fucking X-Acto blades or some type of
what the
pen knife utility blade was broken up
what
inside
the
of it. They said that the lab, I don't know how the fucking lab did it, but they determined that the metal fragments were not cooked along with the raw chicken.
What?
The only thing I really learned from this, other than the fact that I don't know what the fuck happened, was that Tyson makes the chicken for Burger King because Tyson's like, nah, man, our shit's fucking squeaky clean. Didn't come from us. And Burger King's just like, might have been a worker at Burger King. Maybe one of the workers at Burger King that was getting the fucking chicken fries out of the fucking plastic garbage bag, used a fucking pen, a utility knife, and broke a piece off. But still, this lady She took a bite, started bleeding, felt pain, and just kept fucking eating them. She had to fucking have them. She just had to eat these shits. And then apparently she didn't spit it out or anything. Oh, God, I'm puking in my mouth right now just thinking about what this... Okay, either way, this is Sindhu telling you before you stick shit in your mouth to inspect it a little bit, and if you fucking taste something with your tongue, spit it back out, even if they do claim to be a loved one. This is Zindu. We'll be back later with more Zindu news. I mean, Dark Sewer News Network news. Nick the Rat Radio. Yay! Barf.
That's pretty gross. Yo, Dame B, if you ever, would you keep eating the fucking razor blade chicken fries? Jesus, wow.
I don't. Okay, me personally, hell no. I have a lot more sanity than that bullshit. I mean, if you're going to be sitting there eating something that's going to be ripping up the inside of your mouth, A, are you a masochist? B, are you a masochist? Or C, do you just want to sue someone for the fuck of it? I mean, really, what the heck?
I understand you completely, Breaker.
I was just saying it was a load of shit.
Well, that was loud.
Oh, what? Are my volumes coming weird now?
I don't know what's going on. There's something going on with the reality is breaking. It's falling apart right now. I got to fix it somehow. I think I'm good. We might be able to survive. Okay, cool. Whew.
No. Okay, long story short, as far as the person eating the chicken fries,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Hell no. Screw you. You're just... The fuck's wrong with you? I mean, the fuck-tardiness. Like Corcus just said, just say, fuck that shit. Stick your hands up in the air, put your middle fingers flying, and nope the way out of that situation.
Did you ever wonder if words are like constellations and they don't mean anything, just like the Big Dipper doesn't mean anything, but it does? Like apple is spelt out A-P-P-L-E, but it's different points in space that make each letter. And each letter that you have as in points in space creates words and sounds and all that stuff. So hey, aren't words kind of just like constellations? So if you're going to call...
Okay, that just broke my brain a little bit because my first thought was, if that's true, what do you call the spaces between the letters? I mean, is that going to be like deep space? Could part of it be a black hole? I mean, how is that going to work?
Instead of dark matter, it's kind of like it doesn't matter. We're talking about intuition tonight on Nick the Rat Radio, everybody. I hope you're having a good time. That's the point of the show, is to have a good time, because life is pretty deep. A lot deeper than this show could ever be. It's you once you start digging into real life, you're gonna need a golden shovel to get out of that shit. But it's good to have a place to escape sometimes and interact with. So you could give me a call at 917-719-5923. Or give me an email at nick@nicktherat.com. I think it's all scrolling above me. Or if you're listening to the radio station, you probably have it on your screen somewhere.
We're in the middle of an
Hogstory.net.
Hey man, I think it's a conspiracy. Mainly because when you think about it, porous, it rhymes with Horus.
Holy
and
shit!
As we all know, that is the Greek or Egyptian god of janitorial services. It's conspiracy, plain and simple. You must be. I think you're working for the government. He's working for the government.
We got some gas blasts. Give me a dream, do 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 do. It's the best one that you've ever seen, Mr. Gas Blast. It's pronounced so. Krates. Krates? Kret? Socrates.
Socrates.
Krates. Socrates. No, the way they spelled it, wrote it, typed it, constellated it, because our faces. Okay, check it out. If words are constellations of letters that create words that make sentences and stuff, and a lot of that could be explained, as the Italians know, through hands. Are hands like representative of stars? We are star people. Are constellations hand gestures? And also facial expressions. We are. It's weird that it always goes back down to the stars.
Nick, you're reminding me of a song that I sang back in grade school that I'm now having to dig up because it was all about stars.
Was it by Moby?
No, not quite.
Oh, wait, I know what it was. Not, but we're going to listen to it right now. It's Burning Down the House by Queued Up Remix, free download, Queued Up. All this music's on SoundCloud. It's all CC by 3.0. Tune into Note Agenda. Tune into Nick the Rat. Tune into Hulk Story. Tune into Grumpy Old Benz. Tune into Darren O. What's Darren O's thing called? He's on the Grumpy Benz, but he's also on this like Darren O's. And then there's the Larry Show, and there's so many different shows, and the Rhino the Bearded. Oh God, man. And Horowitz?
You know, you're getting used a lot on the Nick the Rat show.
I am?
Yeah.
Wait, like clips?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't listened in a while.
Nick the Rat is great.
Oh, I know. The show's fantastic in the sewer.
No, that's what you're saying on the show.
Oh. Well, let's help him out then. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can make it work for Nick. All right, we'll give him one jingle, then we can move on.
Nick the Rat is great in the sewer.
No, you can use that.
Oh, man. Adam actually, whoa. Hello?
That would be Ducky.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, Ducky.
I got my volume.
You sound incredible. You sound Adam called into the show one time and he had his the devil voice on. But he only he called in actually twice. One show twice. I forget which episode it was. I wish I remembered what episode it was.
I remember that. I remember at least one of those. Yeah.
It was funny too because he called in and he got like the on hold, and then I heard the voicemail and I was like, oh my god, Adam Curry just went to the voicemail. No, I was like, please. I think I actually sent him a text message saying, please call back in right now. I'll let you get right through. And then, but he did the whole like the devil thing. It was but yeah, he called in once. I don't think John ever listened. It's fine, John. I've only listened to every podcast you ever did for the past 10 years or so. But that's not because of you, though. It's because you make great podcasting content. It's also, and yeah.
I'm not going to argue with that. You are very much correct.
He makes incredible podcasts. He's just super interesting. You never know what he's going to say next.
It's like walking into a man cave and not knowing what's going to come out of Rye's mouth next.
Do you know his favorite baseball team?
Oh, yeah. I know all of that. Oh, you want me to tell you? Okay, baseball, you're looking at Seattle Mariners. Football, you're looking at Seattle Mariners. Hockey, you're looking at Seattle Mariners. And Super Bowl, you looked at the Seattle Mariners.
Wow, I did not know he was that much of a fan of the Seattle Mariners. I didn't know they played all the sports.
They have to have something to do in their free time. I mean, what, do you expect them to just be a simple baseball team? Oh, no. They branched out. They went everywhere. It's like something took a hold of them and their intuition told them, yes, we can do this.
Are we talking about intuition?
Yeah, well, that's about sports, right? Does your local sports team break intuition, like the need to root for your home team? Because like people usually will say, "Oh, I'm in New York, so go New Jersey Devils," as my favorite hockey team. That's what they do, right? If you live in New York, you root for the Devils.
Yeah. You paint your face, shit, get out there. Yeah.
So the thing is, does your location influence your telepathy? No, it's not telepathy. What were we talking about? Intuition.
Intuition.
Because you might be like, you might be more inclined to intuit your team is going to win because of a certain location you live in.
I don't know if that's. I don't think that's how. Like, if you thought to yourself one day, all right, team's gonna win. They're gonna win today. That's.
It's silly. There's a lot of things in life that I just find to be very silly. Like the plastic bag ban that's coming to New York. We incorporated it into our laws last year, but nothing happened. And apparently March 1st, it's going to become real. we're only going to be able to have paper bags. So we could kill trees or do recycling, which probably involves a lot of chemicals and trucks traveling to and fro. Okay. I'd hate to make my show into a public service announcement. But can I for a second?
Please, it's your show.
Of course.
There should be more community involved in life. There should be your tax dollars should go to not your government as a nationalized thing. It should go to your state, but not as a state as in it should go to like to your zip code. Your tax money should go to your zip code. Maybe even a little bit smaller than that. No, zip code is small enough, I guess. That's it'd throw proportions off though. And the people in charge would probably have to kill a lot of people for this to become true. I don't know how you can make it work. I don't know anything. But what are we talking about here? We're talking about
intuition.
Intuition.
Yeah.
No, wait, no, I went off topic. Plastic bags. They're gonna start giving out paper bags. And you can't carry groceries in paper bags. Unless it's
yes, you can.
Unless they're thick
dude.
paper. I don't know how they're
Get
making
the
this
hell
paper.
out of here.
Okay.
Of course you can.
But the paper bags, where's the paper come from? Trees? So we're cutting down trees instead of pumping oil? What's
We
worse?
can recycle paper. We can't recycle plastic.
Recycling involves
lies.
chemicals.
There's one other thing. You can just hop on Amazon and buy reusable bags like we had to because our state just went through that crap.
Oh yeah, that's the future. Yeah, we're all going to be using like bags made out of hemp. Which is
bags.
them all the time. Yeah, with Nick the Rat logos on the side.
Okay,
Hashtag
I don't disagree with you that it's a bad thing. But I do think that we're ignoring the community should be building their own trees to make their own paper, to make their own yogurt and their own meat and their own chickens and their own cows in their own neighborhood.
It's up to every individual township in this great United States to provide their own cheese
and have a community like
tortillas.
If you are getting the meat from the cow, you should see the slaughter where it's happening. Or if you're seeing the corn you're going to put into your butt and set on vibrate, you should see where the lithium comes from.
Actually, see, now that leads me to ask, if you're going to be using lithium with a unchewed corn cob, isn't that a health violation?
Well, it depends on where you are. Yeah, it would be.
In Iowa, that flies.
Bring your own thorine? What is it? What's it? Lithium.
Bring your own tampon.
Bring your own tampon.
Yeah, don't rely on the corn.
Toxic shot. Oh, okay. Well, we're talking about. We're having a great time tonight talking about Thorazine. Thank you, Tunnel Rat. Tunnel Rat is...
It's anonymous. Okay, do you mind if I say that?
That's fine. You already said it. It's too late. It's imprinted onto something.
To anonymous. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Don't ask why. I have no freaking idea, Nick.
Yeah, the stars went away. It's getting cloudy over here. I feel like I'm in Silent Hill right now.
Yeah, but it's still beautiful outside.
I wish I had outside as in easy access.
Oh, I do. I'm going to go outside and look at the stars.
I can't do that.
When we were kids, we would go out to the backyard and just lay back and look up and just wonder why. Just what is it? What's out there? Why is it so black at times? Why is it so pretty in little dots?
Did you ever see a UFO?
I once thought I saw what could have been a UFO. I mean, there's nothing in the papers about it, but it was just like a bright light, and it just moved around like a little bit, and then it just disappeared. Oh, and Tunnel Rat says it's hard to understand me because of a modulation. Am I being modulated?
Not
What?
on this stream.
What are you talking about?
Not here.
I don't know what's
Not
going
now.
on. Okay, we're gonna listen. We got more show to go here. Okay, look, I got more things to talk about here. I got a lot of topics. We're talking about not my. Is there really a subconscious?
Yes.
So, you think that there is a subconscious? So, do you think there's? Well, how could you prove it? Can you prove there's a subconscious?
Yes, I think I can. There's not only a subconscious, there's a collective subconscious. And I can prove it because if I start thinking to myself, oh man, I really want a grilled chicken sandwich.
I want a grilled chicken sandwich.
Exactly. Now you're out there looking for a grilled chicken sandwich. So is everybody else.
But you're just
because you're all part of the collective subconscious.
You're just putting a path in front of my face. You're showing me a path. I don't have to take the path. But
no, this is what
it's a shared. Wait.
Oh, I feel like eating a. Go ahead.
It's a shared, not subconscious. It's a shared
Maybe I don't know.
Because I'm aware of it. A sub would be I'm not aware of it, but I'm aware of the sharing of the idea.
You know, it kind of makes sense. Have you ever been in a room with other people and you've thought about something so much, you haven't said anything, but you've just been thinking about it, and all of a sudden somebody else pops up and says, you know, I want this, and it's exactly what you were thinking about?
Yes.
Yep.
You could make things happen. Well, there's also coincidences. Are coincidences your...
No. They're called synchronicities.
Synchronoid?
Synchronicities. Yeah.
Serendipity?
Serendipitous.
Chat room says yes. Oh, let me just check the amount of people in the chat room right now in the sewer chat. Wow, 3 trillion people. That's a little too much, right? There's nobody's gonna believe that shit. They might be really stupid in the future, though.
That's not giving me hope for the future.
How far ahead does it have to be the future?
1 second, not even a split second. Anything that is not now, but is to come.
Serendipity dude. Lavish. Cheers to you, mate. We got a little bit more show to go. We got voicemail. Do I have the voice open? Yeah, you can call. Nobody wants to talk to me. It's fine. No, it's
Well, you're talking about intuition, but have you ever thought about extuition, where my wife, or ladies in your life telling you what you got to do? You got to go to the doctor. You got to do these things. You got to do that. Everybody's always talking about intuition, but extuition apparently is a thing, and I'm prime bacon, so I don't care.
Well, there's X, and then there's the in between of those two. So there's between tuition. But tuition? There's a betwition. There's the now. I believe in the is. I think that pothead Bruce Lee was very on point with the is. I think it is very is. It just is. We maybe we should let's play some music. You want to hear a song?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little lo-fi though, but so's everything now. Cousin Rex lo-fi synth song that's not good, but I spent a long time on it. Bass guitar solo.
I know what you're doing.
Enjoy. Joy. Yeah.
You still live, or are we at like after show here?
Oh no, we're live.
Oh.
Tommy, what's the last thing? Have you been creating anything recently? Everybody, create stuff. as much as possible, create, etc., etc. It's hard to say your name. Tommynonymous. Tom. I need. Where's my Maker's Mark at? We're talking about fucking. What is this shit over here? Intuition. Do you want to hear something crazy? Because like I was like intuition is like instinct. I was probably taking that point of view a little bit, but let's look at Google and see why it's not. Intuition may be defined as understanding or knowing without conscious recourse to thought, observation, or reason. The processes that make up intuition are learned and not innate. Instinct is not a feeling, but an innate, hardwired tendency towards a particular behavior. There is some people talking about AI and intelligence. I used to think that being a cyborg would be cool. Transhumanism, or like becoming uploading your consciousness. Even if you upload in my later years in life, I've learned that uploading your consciousness would just mean that you've died anyway, and then that they have corporate rights over your personality inside of another dimension. It's just like, do you really want your? It's Disney. Disney still owns their shit. Like Disney's not dead yet, and he owns Mickey Mouse. And if you dare show people Mickey Mouse, lawyers are gonna swoop into your pockets and take quarters. Disney. And that's why my intuition tells me to stop talking about this before somebody makes me drown in a hot tub one day. That'd be fucking cool. If drowning, actually, I wouldn't want to die drowning in a hot tub.
I don't think anybody really wants to die.
Is that the common denominator?
What? Death?
Yeah.
I think of death as the great equalizer. We're all the same to death. Death does not see individuality. We're just the same.
We are all the same. But there's a lot of people that just suck out there. And I also suck myself, but a lot of people won't recognize that they themselves suck. And those are the people that are the worst, that cannot recognize that they too might be annoying in some fashion. I know I definitely am. And that's why sometimes I need Zendu to step in. Oh man, did we already hear? We heard this one already. Oh jeez, I'm gonna be so annoying. Oh jeez. Oh crap. This might be a repeat. If it is, I'll stop it. I'm sorry. I suck.
Everybody is new. Coming together. I thought I'd lighten it up a little bit here.
We heard
Let's
this.
go do a article over here. What is this? What is this fucking website? I don't even know where I'm getting this news from. It doesn't matter where it's coming from.
It does. It matters.
What the hell's going on?
No, we heard that one. Okay, here we go. The last Zendu of the night. Here it is. Let's see what we got. I'm out of beer. Fuck.
Hey everybody, this is Zendu coming at you for one more new segment on the Dark Sewer News Network. Let's make it a little bit of a happy-go-lucky, weird, crazy one. This is from ABC News, ABCnet. I don't even know what the fuck this is. ABC.net.au. It's got some infinity logo in front of it. I don't know. The title is Indian Apartment Residents Face Weeks Before Alcohol Removed from Water Supply. Yes, their water supply. They're getting alcohol out of their tap. Out of their tap, I'm telling you. I would be partying,
I haven't heard
hardying.
this.
I'd probably wind up dying, actually. It'd be great.
What?
Apparently, in 2014, the Indian state of Kerala became a dry state, and alcohol was banned. So a lot of people, I don't know, they even said the government. They said that the government was probably involved in this. The government won't help clean it up. They said that the government buries fucking alcohol and shit. I don't know why they're blaming the government. It was probably Indian mobsters. Can you imagine an Indian mobster? That'd be like, what's that guy? The Bonnie and Clyde? Well, would be a funny Indian version of Bonnie and Clyde. I'm going to leave that one up to the people in the chat. They can come up with an idea. If you have a good idea about an Indian version of Bonnie and Clyde, send it to Nick at nicktherat.com. I'm sure he would appreciate it and laugh. So it became a dry state, but the ban was lifted in 2017. Now the state has the highest rate of alcohol consumption in India. So, hey, whoa. But apparently, I guess, in 2014, some of the government officials would bury alcohol in places, and then they forgot about it, and then this one blew up and poisoned their water supply, and now they're all drunk. But they're not going to help them clean it up. So, they got to wait a while for the fucking water to come back in their system. Yeah, I don't know. That's a crazy story. And I hope you have a great week, and I hope you have a great weekend. We'll be back next week with more Nick the Rat and Zindu coming at you. This is the Dark Sewer News Network, and I hope you had a good evening. I know I did, because I've got booze in me. Bye.
That's actually a pretty good question. Indian mobster names. My favorite Indian food is naan. So, what would be like a mobster name for naan?
Paneer.
Nikki Naans. That's horrible. I have no idea.
Oh, here you go. Paneer Naan and his sidekick Gulab Jamun.
Not your business. Oh man, the chat's great. You know, it's great. People connecting with each other. There's a lot of people that don't like to let people talk. I might disagree with people, but I always let them say what they want to say. And there's a lot of people that just don't like what people want to say and don't let them say it. There's a lot of fucked up things you could say, though. And if somebody says something fucked up, you should definitely tell them it's fucked up. But you should have the right to tell them what they said was fucked up. And they should let you tell them it's fucked up and maybe let them change their minds that it might be before the fisticuffs, I guess. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's listen to I got like one more voicemail, and then we're gonna be out of here, and we'll do a little after show. Maybe we'll play some video games. Thanks for listening to Nick the Rat Radio. If you had the fortuitous insight to tune in or listen, you too could contribute and listen and share. Everything is CC BY. If you want to sell this, be my guest. If I found out, I might be a little upset, but I'm not going to come after you. And it'd be really weird if you were able to resell me. But if you could, I guess that's cool. I don't know. Yeah. Nobody's calling. I have no more voicemail. I think I should have the foresight to figure out that the scientist kicked me out of the sewer. The stars all vanished and went away. And now the show must come to an end.
That was really sad.
I'm pretty sad.
It's so sad.
It's okay. It'll get better.
I forget what I'm supposed to do.
You're supposed to play a voicemail, I think?
Voicemail?
I don't know. Expect me to know what's going on?
I know what's happening. Everybody, we'll be back at Nick the Rat next week at 11 o'clock. We have Aretha Franklin with Think. This is a Funk Sinatra house edit, free download by Funk Sinatra. I don't know. Have a good night, everybody. We'll be back next week. Thank you for tuning in. I hope your mind is massaged. Have a good night's sleep. And yeah. Fate, free will. Fate, free will. Fate, free will. Romulan tarot cards. They're triangles. Oh shit. About freedom.
It is, yeah.
Bushi? Bushi?
No, he's not here.
Bushi?
I can try to get him for you if you want.
Bushi?
I'll try.
Bushi, please respond. This is not the Bushi you are looking for. Please.
For sanity and hilarity, requests. He needs a plug for, he says, some kind of plug for Nick the Rat.
Okay. Listen to Nick the Rat from the Sewer Wednesdays on noagendastream.com.